Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have wonderful guests in studio today. We have Olga Davis, and she's the co-founder of iCook After School. And joining her is Danielle Cahalan, and she's one of the instructors. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. We're very excited to be here.
So tell me a little bit about how you started iCook After School and why.
Absolutely. So my co-founder, Leslie, and I started iCook After School because we wanted to teach kids about nutrition. We wanted to teach them about healthy lifestyle at a very young age. But we also wanted to keep it really fun and hands-on for them. So cooking was a perfect avenue for us to get them excited and engaged. Both of us come from corporate backgrounds, but we were always pursuing our passions. For me, it was working with kids. I volunteered with Big Brother, Big Sister, working in the schools and other organizations. And for Lisa, it was nutrition. She always did research around nutrition and healthy lifestyle. So when one day we decided to start a company that reflected both of our passions, it was an easy choice.
That's awesome. So what makes your company unique? There's lots of after-school cooking programs, but yours is a little bit different.
Absolutely. Well, I think number one, it's a really hands-on and fun experience. But as kids are having fun, they're learning. They're learning about nutrition. They're also learning those very life valuable skills like math, reading, working in a team with other kids. But I think for kids, their favorite part is cultural awareness. Every couple of weeks, we do a week of international cuisine lesson. So we'll be making foods from France, Italy, India, Philippines, all over the world. And they love that. They love trying those foods, those very authentic recipes. They love learning about those cultures. It also gives them a unique opportunity to share their family culture with their classmates. But I think number one of why we stand out among other programs, we are right at their school. They're very comfortable. They're already in a setting that they're familiar with. Parents don't have to make a separate trip to drive them anywhere. So yeah, kids can just stay a little longer after school and take our classes.
And I think it gives them something to do immediately after school.
Absolutely.
And, they finish up, they go to their little locker, and then they come over and they put on an apron and they go see someone like Danielle.
Yep.
So Danielle, tell me a little bit about how you deal with picky eaters or maybe kids with allergies.
Sure, that's a good question. So as an iCook instructor and nutritionist student, I find allergy awareness extremely important. So how we go about taking precautionary measures and steps, we actually collect that information from parents who register online. So if their child has an allergy, we get that information and then we don't use the ingredients that they're allergic to or allergens. And then for picky eaters, it can be extremely challenging because students are selective in what they eat. We deal with kids K through 4th grade. So especially that age group, they haven't developed their sense of eating, their palate yet. So we encourage them to do the 1-bite rule, which we teach them on the first day of school. And the 1-bite rule is to try at least 1 bite of the recipe that we make. And if they don't like it, we don't use words like hate or yucky. We say it's not tasty to my taste buds, which is a cute way of saying it and sharing with their peers. So if one student doesn't like it and another does, that's okay, and they're supportive of one another. We also make them feel super comfortable in the environment that they're in, so they're more likely to try new foods and engage in the recipes.
I love the 1-bite rule. I think adults need to take the 1-bite rule because it just opens up our worlds to try something, and it's only 1 bite.
Exactly.
So I think and it's at a perfect age to teach them a little bit about acceptance. And
Absolutely, exactly.
So that's a wonderful lesson that you're rolling in on top of the cooking lesson. So it all comes together. There's so much going on here. Talk to me a little bit, Olga, about safety.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. I think the quality and the safety of the program starts with the quality of our instructors. Just like Danielle, a lot of our instructors come from the background in nutrition. Others are professional chefs or educators, but what they all have in common is that they know how to work with large group of kids. They have that experience. They know how to keep it fun, engaging, but also safe. And other things, I think working with kids in the kitchen, using kids-friendly utensils. Like in our classroom, we use those plastic lettuce knives. They're very safe. You can't hurt yourself with them, but they also do a good job of chopping fruits and veggies, anything we need in the classroom. Having a proper ratio, 1 instructor for about 12 kids keeps it safe. And of course, the basics. We always do background and reference check on all of our instructors. We provide very extensive training. Anything from classroom management to handling food to even how to deal in case of emergency or allergic reaction for the kids. And of course, dismissing kids to parents safely is a priority.
Right. Because I'm sure they're very excited after having a class and want to run and tell mom and dad all about it. So, and I think maybe I should have some of those safety knives. It might be a little bit easier on me as well. Danielle, what are some of the kids' favorite recipes? I bet there's lots of them.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to choose from because I made probably about 80 to 100 different recipes with them in the last 6 months. Quite a bit, right?
Right.
So off the top of my head, the children love desserts. So we try and put a healthy spin on the desserts that we make. So they love the chocolate avocado mousse, and they're pleasantly surprised that avocado is in it and creates that creamy consistency. We also make mango lassi, it's called. So it's an Indian drink. I'm sure a lot of adults haven't even heard of it before.
I had not.
Yes. So
Sounds
we teach them, that's a prime example of like cultural awareness that we bring to the table. And then lastly, we have the overnight oats right here that they bring home, and they like to share with their parents in the morning. So that instills healthy eating habits when they go home and tell them what they learned at iCook class. We really like to use foods that are in season. So we also make like asparagus fries and teach them how to replace it instead of just using potatoes with other vegetables. And then we also make kale chips. So just trying to instill new flavors and good eating habits with them.
It sounds great. It sounds like we should all drop by after school and try some. Olga, how does a child get registered for this? How do we get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we're not at your school yet, and by the way, we have so many different schools throughout Chicago and Chicagoland, both private and public schools, so it's really easy for us to come to your school. But if we're not there yet, the easiest way, I think, is just to reach out to us via email or phone call. Our information is available on our website. It's www.icookafterschool.com. Easy to remember, right? iCook After School.
Right, it's great.
Right, and then we'll take it from there. We will reach out to your principal or after-school coordinator, tell them more about the program, and bring the program to your school.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. So what would be the number one advice you might offer parents when cooking with their children?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think number one, let kids be creative and give them freedom. Give them freedom to choose what they want to make. This way they will be more excited to try it afterwards. I think for me also, I think it's a really fun experience taking kids grocery shopping for ingredients. It could be your local grocery store, but it's more fun to go to farmers market, especially when available in season. Kids get to touch the food, smell it, even learn where it comes from. It's a really fun experience.
Danielle, how about you? What advice would you offer?
To piggyback off of what Olga just said, we really think it's important for kids to eat as a family unit. So I know a lot of parents work late at night, so if you can't have a family unit dinner, maybe breakfast together and share your stories, what's to come in the day, how your day went over a healthy new meal and recipe. And then also to lead by example. So like you said earlier, if you live by the one bite rule or are brave and try new foods, then your children will as well. And to not force it on them, but to just encourage them to try new things.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I think so much can happen for a family and a child when food's involved, when they come together to cook or to eat together. So I think your program, iCook After School, is wonderful. You are changing lives. So appreciate you stopping by and sharing your thoughts and your company with us. So
thank you so
much.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.